Hi, my name is Newell Davis with World Composting, and today we're going to take a look at our urban worm bag that has the European Nightcrawlers in it. Now, it's been a while since we've checked on this system. I have not checked on it at all either off camera, so it's going to probably need a lot of water and a lot of food to really get it going again. Hopefully the worms are doing okay. There is a lot of bedding material in here, or I should say compost at this point, so there should be enough moisture for them, but hopefully they'll recover quickly as we start going through the system a little bit more frequently. But also, I know that in a future video, I will be doing a harvest because I really need to harvest all these systems and start spreading this around in my yard because it's that time of year where I'm trying to get my grass to grow in certain areas and some other plants, and I just want to make sure that they're taken care of with some good nutrient compost for my worms. So with that, let's take a look at the bag, see how it's doing, and we'll add some watermelon, some bedding, and see how they're doing on the top there. Hopefully we've got a good amount of babies in here, but we'll see. All right, here is our urban worm bag. So we're going to go ahead and open this up and just take a look in here. First thing I do notice that there's quite a bit of cardboard on top. It is kind of sinking a little bit in the middle. Oh, there's a big spider in here. I usually leave the spiders alone. They don't bother me. I don't bother them. But it's kind of weird to have them in the system. Normally they're outside the system. So I'm going to just scoot him away. All right. First thing first, we have our fruit fly trap in here, which still has, I'm not seeing any, I can't tell if there's a lot of fruit flies in there or not, but there's still some liquid in there sloshing around, so we can put that right back in at the end. But with that, when you see our first worm was already on there. So the worms seem like they're doing okay. They're still alive in here. This top section definitely dry, very, very dry. Middle section's a little bit more moist. Now, hold on here. I'm not sure what we're seeing here. So these are not clear white worms. I don't know if you can see those or not. It's hard to tell. I'm going to zoom in here for a second here. Give it a second to focus. But there are some whitish worms on here. I think those might be pot worms, but I remember pot worms being a little bit more clear. They might be something else, but I don't know. It's just something that I noticed that there's a lot of them in here. So, all right, let me back this back up. There we go. I think that's about right there. So, a little bit of some sort of infestation of, it looks like maybe pot worms or something in there. So, that happens sometimes when you leave a system for a while. Other things are going to make their way into it. And I should be taking better care of the system. Definitely very compact, the soil down here. This really needs to be harvested, but there are still worms down here as well. But there are worms in here that are surviving, so we are going to kind of take care of them. We're just going to kind of dig at all these edges, kind of loosen everything up just a little bit, make sure the worms can work their way through. Works a lot better when there's, as you can see right here, this is a big chunk, but it does break apart pretty easily. This is actually a pretty decent consistency if you wanted to sort the material, kind of break it apart, be able to sort it. Now, I will say, the last time I added water to this one, I added way too much, and it eventually did start going through the system itself. And, that can happen as well. But overall, this looks pretty good. Again, as I said, lots of worms in here. So it looks like they're healthy. They're ready for their feeding, though. There's like no food left in here that I'm seeing. All right, let's just move this bedding material a little bit to the side. You guys can still see. Yes, everyone can see, hopefully still. But you can see there's a lot of bedding material in here. On the top, that's dry. This is also very dry. But it does look like they are ready for a feeding. We're just going to go ahead and move this over. We can just also get this side over here. All right. Again, more worms. There's plenty of worms in here, but we're seeing a lot of those. I'm guessing they're pot worms. Some of them are more yellow as well. But I always thought pot worms were kind of clear, so I'm not sure exactly what these are. But hopefully they're baby worms, maybe. I don't know. Maybe they're just a lot of baby night crawlers in here. These European night crawlers. All right, so with that, what we are going to do is we're going to make kind of a hole here in the center. Kind of break everything apart a little bit. We actually are not adding frozen food. We're going to add some cold food, but it's not frozen. Just trying to dig down in here. My glove is stuck. Okay, there we go. Dig down in there a little bit. This is really, really hard and compacted at the bottom. Just trying to break it up a little bit before we add a whole bunch of this stuff in here. Also, when I sort it, it's a lot easier if it's not compacted at the bottom. So we're just breaking it apart, But now what we're going to do is we're going to sort of make a mound to the side here, because we're going to put a lot of stuff in the center here this time. That's wet, but we're also going to put some dry food. I just want to give them some space. All right. So the first thing we're going to do here, though, is that we're adding a couple things here that I don't always add to my systems, but I kind of want to add this time because I know we're going to be actually going to just drop a little bit more in the center there. There we go. Just kind of smooth it out a little bit. And that is an old pillowcase. And this is going to kind of act as a divider when I do my harvest, hopefully later, within this month. What's going to happen is this is going to fall to the bottom. I'll notice stop. So we're adding a pillowcase in there, and then I'm also adding this cloth. This is all 100% cotton. This should all break down. These things are pretty old. They're already starting to rip actually on the other side. You can see holes in this right here. These are already breaking down. So this is just something that, instead of throwing them in the trash, they also don't really take towels like this that are this size. They'd rather have bigger pieces of some of the donation places. But this way, I can just sort of tell when I hit that section where, hey, this is a divide. Actually, I can move these apart a little bit too. So there's a little bit more of a break in between. But this way I can just sort of tell, hey, this is where I'm going to stop. Everything else can stay in here because it's new material. Now, with that, we're going to add some of our food cycler leftovers here, if I can grab some. And I'm sure you guys noticed, but I have not been adding my crushed crab and eggshell as I have in the past. And that is because I put my eggshells in the food cycler, and it kind of breaks them up for me. So I don't have to do that. Also, I'm not wearing a mask when I do this because it's not quite as fluffy. It doesn't always go into the air. Sometimes it does, but it doesn't seem quite as dangerous maybe. Now, the next thing I'm adding to this though, instead of adding water, and actually we might add a little bit more, we're going to add a little bit of bedding here I think before we do this too. Because I'm going to add a whole lot of, and this is dry bedding that I'm adding. If I can grab some without dropping it all over the floor. This is dry bedding. Because we're going to add a bunch of watermelon. And watermelon is, well, it's water. A lot of it is water. And this one in particular has been sitting for a while in my refrigerator. And it is just almost all liquid. So it's been, unfortunately this stuff went bad a while ago. And I've been having it sit. So you can see there's a whole bunch of water in here. But this is ready to be broken down by the worms. But this way we can kind of get that going. And now what I can do is sort of work this in. As you can see right now, this is sort of dry. I really want to get these pieces mixed in with this material down here. I don't really want to have this go with it though. Hopefully my head's not in the way. But I really wanted to try to get this to work in with this material. Because this is nice and wet. This is going to saturate this. And this is going to be nice and good for the worms. But now what we're going to do is we're just going to cover this up just a little bit. And this is going to make the worms work for it. Hopefully they will burrow into here a little bit more. I'm not trying to separate them or anything like that. Just trying to get them to work a little bit more on this cloth material, the cotton that I've got here. And the reason for that is I really want to get rid of this cotton. I've got a whole bunch of old stuff. I mean, this is, when I say old, this isn't like, oh, a couple years old. This is probably, some of the stuff is about 15 years old or older. So it's perfectly fine to kind of, at this point, have it work through. I have other cloths that I use, around the house and stuff like that. But these are clean dishcloths and things like that are, as I said, 100% cotton. And it's just time for them to kind of go. So with that, we're going to go ahead and cover this back up. We always should add some dry cardboard or some cardboard to the top here. We're going to go ahead and wet this down. I didn't pre-moisten it because I wasn't sure how much I would need. But now I'm going to go ahead and moisten this with my sprayer. And again, for anyone curious, this is a rigid sprayer. I'm a big fan of actually having this instead of the manual one that I had before that I had to constantly pump. And this does make it a lot easier, and also I can clean my gloves off, get all this last stuff off the top, kind of go around here, just kind of move the paper around, make sure it all kind of gets a little bit damp. Because it was kind of dry in here, but not too dry. I have to say, using a sprayer like this is a lot easier. I've had the manual sprayers. I've had the small one. I had a larger, like, 1.5 gallon one. This one is just a 4-gallon sprayer, and it just makes everything so much easier. So if you're really getting into this hobby, don't get a sprayer to start with. But I would recommend, if you're really going to stick with it, if you're not doing this outside where you have access to water, Like I'm doing this in my basement. I don't have any running water in my basement. This is the perfect thing to use to just kind of wet everything down. You know, and it's nice and gentle. As you can see right here, I can set it to a nice gentle setting. That's good, I think. As I said, we're going to try to check on this more frequently. I know I've been saying that, but I really am going to try to start making videos again. I've gotten out of the swing of things, but I'm going to try to get back into it and start making more consistent updates. So with that, almost forgot. I got to put my little fruit fly trap in here. Lay that down in the corner just like that. Oh, that broke open. That's all right. That's just plastic. Saran wrap, I should say. It's not a heavy piece of plastic. So with that, we're going to go ahead and close this up. I see another spider going across the top there. As you can tell, I've had kind of some fruit flies coming around the basement. We've recently brought in some bananas that had a whole bunch of them, and they kind of migrate around the house, and some of them made it down here, I think. So I've got my bug light going that I've had for a while, and of course some spiders are picking up the slack for that. So with that, thank you for watching. If you have any questions or comments on the urban worm bag or the European Nightcrawlers or anything that I've done in this video, please leave them down below and let me know what you think. Until next time, hopefully we'll be back a little sooner to go over what is right next to me, which is my Vermibag Max and the red wigglers in there. So thank you for watching.